Sasha Banks and Naomi have been suspended by WWE, and in the most shocking way, honestly, that it could have happened. So, Friday Night SmackDown live on Fox, Michael Cole announces that Sasha Banks and Naomi have been suspended. He talked about the ladies dropping the titles on John Laurinaitis' desk. He mentioned how it was disrespectful to not only the fans, but also their fellow superstars. And he also went on to announce that there is going to be a new women's tag team tournament to announce, or to crown, I should say, new women's tag team champions that's going to start fairly soon here. Let me begin here by discussing the fact that Michael Cole, or the fact that WWE, I should say, because this is not a Michael Cole decision, this was a WWE decision. Michael Cole likely is just doing his job. The fact that WWE decided to, in this way, continue to just drag, basically. There's no better terminology for it. They decided to drag Sasha Banks and Naomi in this way, in this public forum, and decided to just tell everyone, not only are they suspended, not only are we going to continue to say that they disrespected their fellow competitors and the fans, it's very, very, very interesting. We have not seen anything like this, I think, since the Austin thing, because Austin walks out, and then we see The Rock cut a promo. We see Jim Ross mention Austin took his ball and went home. We have not seen anything like this since then. And the dynamic, I think, is completely different from where we were then, because at that point, WCW had just gone away. And now we're in a place where there is an AEW, there is an MLW, there is an Impact. There are multiple places where you can go make money and be a great professional wrestler. I don't think that's what this is about. I genuinely think that the fact that this happened in this public way, live on SmackDown, like this announcement, and the way it came across very, very anti Sasha Banks and Naomi. The reason that this happened in this way is because, one, I think Vince McMahon takes this very personally. I genuinely believe that Vince McMahon takes this as a big deal and takes this personally. And his reaction to these types of things can be harsh. And this is a very harsh reaction to what happened on Monday Night Raw. I also think that this is a continuation of WWE's PR strategy of damage control and controlling the narrative specifically. WWE, by being the first ones to put out a statement on this issue, by now announcing and continuing their narrative of their I should say interpretation of the things that transpired that led to Sasha Banks and Naomi leaving, it is, I guess, in a way, smarter on their part, because what they're doing is they are controlling the narrative. Because we have not heard from Sasha Banks and Naomi. We've heard rumors. We've heard reports-ish. But we haven't heard straight from Sasha Banks and Naomi. We have heard from WWE what their side of the story is, what they believe happened. And so far, that is what is being put into people's minds. And a lot of times, people really do believe the first story that they're told. That tends to stick in people's minds more. So again, it's a smart PR strategy. Say what you want about whether or not it's moral or the way they're handling this is good. I mean, I think a billion-dollar company doing this to people, doing this to two of the top competitors on their roster is pretty crappy thing to do, but that's my opinion. We also learned that Sasha Banks' contract is coming up soon, I believe in the next 2 months. I don't know how the suspension is going to affect that. I assume that the amount of time she's being suspended is going to add on to that contract. She's being suspended, let's say, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it may be. That's going to extend her contract by another 2 months after that suspension is up, or however long she has left, I assume. It's going to be interesting. Wild time in WWE. Guys, let me know what you guys think of this. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released.